Hey, welcome back. We're back in our Whitepaws colony, and today we've got a little bit more stuff that we need to get done. Last time we were able to set up some storage for everything, get our basics like food, water, trees, and even the showers up for our beavers. And then we also added some extra storage and even a hauler and started our way on our planks. Today, though, I'm hoping that we can use some of these planks to build some more of the buildings that we're going to need. The thing is, with planks, though, we get sawdust, and sawdust is both great and terrible because, well, it piles up really quick, and once it piles up, the planks stop coming in. However, there's a great way to use that, and that's converting it to food. And you can do that with a couple of mushroom growers, which we're just going to put a couple right here so they can pull directly from the pile. If they ever get any extra sawdust, they can put it way back over here. But we'll go ahead and let them start on those. And this doesn't really need a workplace or a beaver to work at it, but we'll if there is some extra beavers, we'll let them work there. Right now, though, we're going to say that our one hauler should prioritize keeping those full. That way this stays empty and they can keep making our sawdust and our planks for the other stuff that we need. Speaking of which, though, we've got a little bit more that we need to get in here. Now that we're going to get those, let's get storage. More storage. We're going to do that. We're going to do the mushrooms here. Nope, that's the bad mushrooms. We don't have those quite yet. We'll get those when we get to some bad water, but we'll figure that out as we get there. Satchels? That's new. Sandals? That's also new. Well, maybe that'll be useful. Maybe that'll up carry capacity and speed. I don't know. Maybe it's just a nice way to add them some stuff. Where is the mushrooms? There it is. And then we also need something else that they absolutely love here in the food. We're going to do some fermentation barrels. We should have plenty of cabbages and plenty of our bramble flowers, since we're fighting the bramble war over here and we are winning, so maybe eventually we can come over here and start fighting on the island. I don't know if we'll get there, but we're gonna try. We're out of water, so let's go up to 20 hours so that we make sure that we pull in more water. And then I feel like I'm gonna have to put in some other items as well. One thing that we're definitely gonna need, we need to get maybe a cooking tent to get some better food. And to do that, to start on that path, we're going to need one in our industrial buildings area. We're going to need to start with clay because we got to get some clay. I don't think I can get 2 clays in there. That's pretty much the only place I've got right now that can get clay, because it's the only place that has that many flat surfaces, I guess you could say, next to each other where it's in the water. So we'll get those connected in. They can build that. And then from there, we're going to need we need a smelter. Is that in metal? Primitive ironworks. We're going to need one of those eventually, but we're definitely going to need a smelter, which we need clay for. Let's see. We need the wood burner so that we can make our bowls, which then let us make our cooking tents. So hopefully that's good. Oop, nothing to do in range. You guys are done? Nice. All right, that's done. That's done. You guys go find something else to do. We'll go ahead and connect this in over here as well, because why not, right? We already there. There we go. Once we get up to that, we're almost there on the planks. So once we do that, in fact, we might go ahead and disconnect this And let's find where that building is. It's not industrial. Science. I always forget where this one's at. There it is. It's in the paths and structures. It's kind of an odd place for it, but four-way district center. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to take that one out too. But again, no big deal. We'll just go out and around. And then once that gets built, we'll build the other ones back. There we go. They can start work on that. I mean, oh, I should probably actually mark those to cut so that they can get those cut down. There we go. Now they're doing better. We don't want turtle. We want rabbit, if possible. Rabbit, and those are on the very lowest, and they're still getting... So you know what? Let's go 2 here. And that can take care of probably both of them. Do I have enough sawdust? We'll keep an eye on the sawdust, but hopefully with as much sawdust as 2 of those will use, it won't be too much of an issue. You guys have all 5? Yeah, you sure do. So they've got sawdust. We're getting mushrooms there. And they've got barrels here. You know what? I'm going to say that these are also low, because they can also be maintained by these 2 guys. There we go. How are we doing up here? Have we made it up the hill yet? No. And we'll never make it up the hill if I don't unpause it. Let's go ahead, get in some nice scavenger flags. If I put it about here, we ought to be able to pull in a little bit of this metal. No, I don't want the brambles. I want the roads. There we go. Then maybe we can build some of those courts. How we doing? We definitely need another place for water. I don't think that's going to be negotiable at this point. So let's get that in there. We'll do this. Let's say that's high importance. That's high importance. And we'll go ahead and build some stairs in here. How about right about there? That looks good. Connect them in. And we'll even go straight across here. Maybe build some stairs in over here. Just so they can enter and exit on just about any side. There we go. Those guys are done. All right, good work, you two. Go find something else to do. You're done. Wonderful. We'll let him finish cleaning that out. That should be done. And then hopefully we can pull in enough water to keep us going with this one. There we go. We've got our district in. If anybody has any good ideas for the district name, the main district name for our Whitepaws, let me know and we'll change that over. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and delete this district. We're going to connect in this one, and then everybody can go back to work and pretend like they weren't just living out of the back of a cart. That's just fine. There we go. Hey, we've got our stuff in here. You know what? We don't have storage for clay, so let's do that. Let's make sure clay is in this one. Yep, it is. And then I think the clay pots, they're not in here, are they? Nope, they're a different kind of storage. Let's see. I want to say it's a glorious storage. Let's see if we put this up here. Is this clay pots? Yes, clay pots. There we go. They can store up to 5 clay pots. We've got this in. They'll be able to take that and what do they have? Ropes and various things here. There's our library set, which we definitely need. Our medium cauldron, which we're going to need. But let's start with the library, because that is going to be a big one. Is there anything special that we'll need for that? We will need some bad water somewhere. So let's go see if we can find a nice place to get to bad water. I mean, there's the whole river here that runs with bad water, but it's not the easiest to get up to. But you know what? I'm already connected. Look at that. Look at me, pre-planning and everything. There we go. Let's get up here. And we'll go ahead and we'll put in a couple of the bucketing posts. There we go. We'll put in 2 of them. And we'll get some storage. Let's do a tank. We'll do, not a covered tank. Let's do a pit tank here. And that can be for bad water here, going out. And then here, we'll need some bad water, like some place to maybe, no, not a pit tank. How about plank tank? You know what? Let's just do a small tank for now, and we'll call it good enough. We'll do that. Let's get the bad water coming in here. I'm still low on beavers, and I feel like I could just use maybe another one of these. I do have to be careful because there's not a ton of places that we can get water. In fact, I'm so worried about water for our water beavers that I'm just going to go ahead. We're going to put in another place here. Yeah, that should be fine. And then let's go ahead. What kind of platforms can I get? You know what? We'll just use some of our trees because we have a pretty good network of trees here. All that can be in. And, oh, well, yeah, that's fine. Let's get some more lumberjacks over here. There we go, to get some more of those trees taken out. That's all well and good. Everything looks good there. They're building that. Wonderful. We've got basically all 4 corners and an extra one connected in there. Let's say that's low priority. You're done, so we'll pause you. And let's go back to getting our haulers, because we definitely need a couple more haulers here and there. So we'll do this. Let's go with how about do I want to start on my tower this early? I don't think I do. We'll come back to that. Let's just grab another 2 hauler one, and that can go there. So now we got 4 to take them around the colony, and hopefully when this gets put in, we'll do this. We'll get those in, and we'll prioritize this one and that one. That should be good to go for now. Of course, none of them can take a bath because, well, this might be rough. We'll see how this ends up. There's always a rougher season or two, but you know what? We'll try and make it through. I went ahead and got some logs in here while we're waiting for this drought to go past. So we're going to see. I can't remember. I think the water beavers can use these in the water itself. We're going to find out, but that hopefully should provide us with more bramble flowers so that we can keep going on this fermentation. We have a decent amount still, and we're winning the war over here against them, so maybe we can start clearing out this island and see what we get as well. I'm noticing that we've got a lot of beavers that just need washed. So we're going to toss in a river bath, and let's hope that that maybe speeds up the process of them getting back to good after a drought, because that drought really did a number on us. We've got now 3 different ones going. So I'm hoping they get caught up on water. We're probably not going to do a heck of a lot this whole cycle, but we'll see if maybe we can somehow pull it off. Our 3rd water pump did actually help. We're back to 261 water. So I'm going to pause that and send them to some other buildings. They've got 1 worker that can be doing other stuff, plus other people can fill in the population on some of these other empty buildings because we don't need quite that many people. This guy, you know what? These can all be paused as well. Let's make sure that we're getting the number of empty beds that we have down. I'm going to go ahead and pause this as well, because we're not getting any of those trees at the moment. Think otherwise, everything should be okay. We've got, I took priority off of these, but I gotta say those mushrooms probably helped us through quite a bit of that drought there, because yeah, the rest of our food stores kind of got ravaged pretty well. We're almost back out of cabbages again. Even though we have this large cabbage field, it looks like it's starting to come back up though. So at least we're safe from that for now. They are working on getting our library in. And did they get our... No, they haven't got our bad water bucketing places yet. Looks like we need ropes for those. Tell you what, I'm going to just get one since we really probably only need one. And we'll save whatever extra rope that we happen to have. Do we have a place that can make rope? Is that one of the handicrafters, I bet? Harvester's Lodge. Nope. Drying Tower. Where's the handicrafter? There it is. Yep. That's the handicrafters. In fact... Well, we don't need those quite yet. What we do need is to work with the metal. We've got a mine that we could definitely put up. We have our one location that we did find for it. Let's see, where was that at? It was here. Okay, well, that hasn't been cleared out yet, I don't think. Nope, not quite yet. Let's get some more lumberjacks over here so they can get that cleared out. And then we'll also do Scavenger's Junkyard. Interesting. That's new. Huh. For these large scrapping projects, I guess. That is definitely new. But for now, we're going to make sure that we have a little bit of scrap metal over there. Why don't we get in some well-being for our beavers? And we'll put this down to 18 for now. We'll put in a couple of these quartz. There we go. Let them build that. They can go there during their off time because they don't have a lot of off time the way it is. They might as well get to play some games during it, right? Oh, you know what? I can't put them there because I'm probably going to go up there. Let's do... we'll put you over here. Maybe right across from the main building? Sure, that looks good. Yeah, we'll go with that. They can build all of those. They can get that taken care of. Do I need trees yet? Nope, I'm good on trees. I'm good on resin. We're building planks. We've got scrap metal. So it's probably time to get in. Let's look at the ironworks. We should now have the ability to get to the ironworks because, well, there we go. We now have our district house. So that lets us get the library, that lets us get the ironworks, and it'll let us get one of the food places. Cooking tent. Did I get... I haven't got the thing for that yet because this... Oh, it's got just enough water. Awesome. What about... Nope, that needs science. Nope, those two both need science. So we'll just live with what we get there. We have plenty of water at the moment coming in. We'll just wait till our library gets in then. I just remembered why they're not actually putting this last piece of the library in. So another oddity with these particular beavers is that, well, I guess it's not with them alone, but it is partially that. So these are all special items, and you have to actually tell them to pick up the items. So put that in here, and then they can come and pick it up from here. and build your library. So if you're trying out the water beavers and you're finding that they're not picking up what they need or there's an item missing, see if you can put it into storage first. This guy is probably, there you go. And now he immediately picks it up and puts it in the building that he walked by just to do that. So now he'll have the library set up, and we can change this to the anvil so that he can take care of that. And then this has got rope as well. Is rope held in warehouses or is that held in piles? It looks like it might be held in piles. Let's find out. No, it's not there either. Did I miss it? There's the reeds. Yeah, there's the rope. Okay, we'll do that. Let's get rope here, and then they can pick that up, and then they can build our bad water bucketing post with the rope. So they ought to build this once they pick up the anvil and put it here. In fact, they've already put it here. They just need to come over, finish it, and put that in there. We're almost full on sawdust because we're almost full on mushrooms. So we do need to get this clay pot made. Do they not have that? Are we missing clay? Tell you what, let's just have somebody hop in here real quick. We'll finish that clay pot, and then we can build our nice food tent, our cooking tent. In fact, let's build it right here. There we go, because they ought to have most of the stuff that they need in here. Currently, nobody bucketing out our bad water, but that's okay, because before they do that, we do need a couple of things. We need our contaminated beaver jail, because if we don't have one, then those beavers are going to cause problems for everybody. So we'll let them go there, and they will get contaminated from just bucketing stuff out, which is weird, but again, they're not known to be the most graceful beavers. So hopefully, once they get that set up, we'll be able to start bringing in some bad water. We can start on science once we've got that, but we'll pause it for now because we're gonna need the bad mushrooms as well. We should get our clay pot here in not too long. It says 2 days. Did we get a clay pot? Did I miss that somewhere? Maybe? We started to get it, but it looks like it's not quite there yet. So we'll let them work on that. That will be for next time, though. We've got our library in. We've got our primitive ironworks, which we're going to need to get our fasteners so we can start building better buildings. We've got our jail. We've got our nice bad water post, and we've got a couple of extra pumps here so that when the water comes back, we can get our water filled. Oh, look, they did. That's what it is. Let's make sure that that's got everything it needs, and they can build, or they can, I guess they're building a meal, but they can get their braised cabbage in there, combine a lot of this stuff, and get us some nice, better food. But until next time, just want to say thank you very much for stopping by, and hope to see you next time.